Okay, it's time for us to go ahead and get started for this In the Ring event. Get in the ring. So I'm Terry Bolt. I'm one of the El Pomar professors here at UCCS. My cohorts, Michael Larson down here and Tom Dunning over there. So EPIC is sponsoring this event. EPIC, the El Pomar Institute for Innovation and Commercialization. We have lots of events throughout the year. This is our final one for the spring. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is an entrepreneurial event in a very different format. So our MC for the night is Jake Eichenbaum from Quad Innovation or Colorado College. I don't know which title you go by. So, Jake.
Thank you, Terry. How is everyone tonight?
Great.
Awesome. That didn't sound great, though. How is everyone tonight? Fine. All right, third time's the charm. How is everyone tonight? There we go. Are you guys ready to listen to some pitches? All right. So this pitch competition is unlike any you've ever been before in that audience enthusiasm counts. How many of you are here supporting one of your friends in a company? All right. So you want your friends to go to Singapore?
Yes.
I should mention the winner of this gets an expenses-paid trip to Singapore to pitch in front of an international audience. Are you ready for your friends to go to Singapore? Yes. All right. Now let me teach you how to do that. How many of you everybody has your glow sticks, right? Red one and a blue one. It's a very difficult contraption. You have to crack it to turn it on, right? All right. So the way this works, we're going to have each company come up, go head to head. We're going to have one in the blue corner over here. They're going to introduce themselves for up to 2 minutes. Then we're going to have a company here in the red corner. They're going to introduce themselves for up to 2 minutes. Then we go head to head each round. After each round, I pose the same question to everyone. You have 30 seconds to respond. I'm going to cut you off. We're not going to go longer than 30 seconds per round. At the end of the rounds, each judge is going to ask one question. At the end of the question and answer period, you have 1 minute to answer the questions. At the end of that, I'm going to ask the audience, blue team, shout. We need a little bit of noise, a little bit of enthusiasm. All right. Blue team. Red team. Great. Yeah, so blue team definitely won that one. That was great. All right, let me introduce our judges here really fast.
Bernard, do you want to raise the color of our consent?
And the judges are Chris Cipoletti from the Managing Director of the Pioneer Fund of Colorado Springs. Chris, thanks for being here tonight. You want to tell the audience just a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Cipoletti. I'm a longtime resident of Colorado Springs. Grew up here and went away for a while. I'm back now, and I'm building a private equity fund, the Colorado Springs Pioneer Community Investment Fund, to buy local businesses, help grow them, and anchor them here in Colorado Springs, creating jobs for the community and adding value in our business space.
Let's get a hand for Chris. Michael Larson, the El Pomar Chair of Engineering and Innovation, here with UCCS and EPIC.
Right. Hi, thanks for coming tonight, and I do get to work with Terry and Tom. And thanks for being here. This is our first Get in the Ring event, and we're hoping that this grows over time. In addition to working here at UCCS, I also have a startup company in town. And I pitched at one of these in the Netherlands, and it was a blast. There was a big audience, and everybody had a good time, and we would like to replicate that here. And this year it was a tight time frame, so thank you all for noticing and coming out to support your teams. And we'll get out in front of it next year earlier so we can have a lot more people, but thanks for being here.
Big hand for Michael. And last but not least, Bernard Sandoval, president of Sandia Collaborative Marketing here in Colorado Springs.
Welcome, everybody. Bernard Sandoval with Sandia Advertising. We have a full-service marketing and advertising firm here in Colorado Springs. And we're really excited about everybody coming out here to this event. It's really unique, and I think you'll enjoy it and have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Big hand for Bernard. Red team. Oh, come on. We just did this. Red team. There you go. Blue team. All right. You guys ready to hear some pitches? You ready to hear some pitches? All right. First, a tremendous thank you to EPIC, the Elpamar Institute for Innovation and Commercialization, for putting this on. Also, a thank you to the Quad Innovation Partnership, which is Colorado College, UCCS, the Air Force Academy, and Pikes Peak Community College for their support in making this happen. So, without further ado, let me pull up our first two companies and change papers here. In the red corner, representing LotSpot, Connor McCormick. Da, 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 da. I was just singing it. You didn't like my singing? No, I won't like. All right, you're not winning. Moral support. What's your name?
I'm Preston Hare. How you guys doing?
Preston Hare, latecomer. All right, great showing up on time. And in the blue corner, maintenance runner, pitched by Levi Fry. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, absolutely. Good luck. All right. We're going to start in the blue corner. Levi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You have 2 minutes to give us an overview of your company. Ready? Go.
Good evening. My name is Levi Fry, and I'm here with Maintenance Runner. Our mission is to save our customers time and money by providing them with a convenient means to service and maintain their vehicles. Have you ever needed an oil change or some other form of vehicle maintenance, but you just don't have the time or the desire to take your car in and get it serviced? Here at Maintenance Runner, we pick up your car, we take it, get it serviced for you, and get it back to you so you can do the things that you want to do. We already don't have enough time in a day to do the things we want, so Maintenance Runner is here to get that done for you. Again, so the way this works is you log into our website, you let us know what time your appointment is, let us know what maintenance you need, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll come to you, wherever your car is, get a service at your choice of location, and then we'll bring it back to you wherever you want it to be. It's kind of like the Uber for maintenance.
Awesome. Great. LotSpot, 2 minutes. Ready?
Can you hear me?
Go.
All right. Today I'm going to talk to you about a $100 billion industry. It's called parking. Right? It turns out that in the United States there are over 800 million parking spaces and only 150 million registered drivers. That means there are 5 parking spaces for every single individual who's on the road. So why was it so hard for you to find parking when you showed up here at UCCS? Well, this is because, and we asked the same question. We went and talked to Jim Spice, who's the parking manager at UCCS. And he told us the problem with parking is not that of a lack of spaces, it's a problem of a lack of information. Armed with this key evidence, we were able to develop technology that's proprietary, that can track cars as they enter and exit parking lots. This technology allows us to send information to the app that sits on a driver's phone so that they can just look at their phone and find out where available parking is on campus. They go directly there. It saves them time, it saves them money, it saves them frustration, and it saves over 80,000 pounds of CO2 a year. In addition to that, there's a massive value proposition to the parking manager who saves over $100,000 when they do multi-million-dollar infrastructure buildings, right? These things, a parking space costs $22,000 on average per space. That means for the cost of less than 4 parking spaces, we can install LotSpot on the entire UCCS campus. And if we optimize by only 1% your parking availability, the payback period is 1 year. Our technology is ready to go to market. It's 97% accurate, and now we just need the funding to make it happen. Thank you.
Ding, ding, ding. Well done, gentlemen. Are you ready for round 1?
Ready.
Ready.
Round 1 is the team round. Levi, you're going to start. You're in the blue corner. Why will your team make this startup succeed? What have your team members achieved in the past to make us believe that you're the ones to do this?
So our team consists of myself, Anna Cherry, and Brent Taylor. We're all management majors at the United States Air Force Academy, and we're graduating this semester. Brent Taylor, he's going to be an RPA pilot for the Air Force. He'll be handling sensitive information, intel, very, very good attention to detail. Anna Cherry, she'll be a program manager in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. She'll be working with jet engines out there. And finally, myself, I'll be a program manager at Wright-Patterson Air Force
All right,
Base
that's
in
great.
Dayton,
Nice
Ohio.
to hear. All right, Connor, that was 30 seconds. It goes by fast.
Do I get my wounds looked at? Like
Team by your
Vaseline?
coach over here, not me.
Vaseline?
I'm just the ref here, man.
All
I
right.
don't know. Yeah. All right, Connor,
Ready.
why is your team the team to make this startup succeed? What have they done in the past that makes us confident in you?
Okay, first and foremost, it's important to talk about our mentors and advisors. We have Terry Bolt, Tom Dunning, Chris Franz, among a host of other people locally and nationally who have helped us with this. Preston Hare is our CEO. He's the recent winner of the Ron Wisner Leadership Award. In addition to that, he's a prior founder of a company called QuickCycle. For our technical side, we have a contractor whose name is Dr. Ethan Rudd. Ethan Rudd is an expert in computer vision technology. He worked for Google, and he owns the state-of-the-art on 2 data sets, which means he's very smart. We also have
Ding,
Matt-
ding, ding. We'll never find out what you also have.
4 more.
Bummer. All right, the next round. Are you ready for round 2? Ding,
Ready.
ding, ding. Round 2 is achievements.
So-
Do you have paying customers? Prototypes, letters of intent, awards, subsidies. Where are you in this process? Ready? Go.
So currently we are pre-revenue stage, but we do have partnership opportunities with Jiffy Lube and Midas. We've spoken with the management at both of these services here in Colorado Springs, and they're very willing to work with us and implement our service within their businesses.
Great. You have 10 more seconds if you want it.
Yes.
8.
Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
Bonus points, bonus points. Connor, what are your achievements to date? Do you have paying customers, prototypes, letters of intent? Where are you?
Okay, so we work really closely with our customers here at UCCS in order to develop not only a mobile application that's ready to be deployed to the App Phone store, but also a dashboard that's built and has data in it right now, in addition to the algorithm that we already talked about that has 97% accuracy and is 100 times more efficient than standard computer vision technology. We've also won 2 business competitions, one of which was against the likes of UC Berkeley, Purdue, who else? Chicago University, and a whole bunch of others.
Ding, ding, ding. That's it. Could you say that like 3 times fast in a row? Did
I
you
thought that was
practice doing
fast.
That was pretty fast. That was pretty good. All right, Levi. We're on to round 3. Business model and market. How are you going to make revenue? What is the market potential? Who are your competitors? How do you differentiate? 30 seconds, go.
All right, so we're targeting 4% of Jiffy Lube and Midas customers in the beginning stage of our company, and with that, we expect to be profitable within 3 years. Our revenue model is 100% revenue from the service we provide. That's again, we charge $35 for our service, getting their car to and from the maintenance shop of their choice. And yeah, again, we're pre-revenue, but we're projected to make $700,000 by year 5.
Boom, $700,000 by year 5. All right, audience, I need a little support there. Woo! Woo! 5 years. Cool. All right, thanks. I guess I'll go drink alone after
where's
this.
the
Cool, yeah,
enthusiasm?
awesome. Appreciate it. All right, Lotspot, business model and market. How are you going to make revenue? What's the market potential? Who are your competitors, and how do you differentiate?
So the market is in desperate need of a solution to this problem. Nobody else has been able to solve it. We have a key insight that they don't have, and that is we install our technology at the entrance and exit of parking lots instead of in every single space. This means that we can save significant amount of money on our competitors. In addition to that, what else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about how, by year 5 revenue, we expect 1.5 million. We think that this is totally feasible. We charge $80,000 a year to our customers, and this is, as I'll talk about in the freestyle, actually a really tenable solution.
Great, $80,000 a year. How many of you have that to pay in your pockets right now? All right, Terry.
One.
Here's your customer right there, TTT. Talk to Terry.
Talk to Terry.
All right, last round before we open up to
Here's
questions.
everything.
Financials and your value proposition. Outline your value proposition. Where are you in terms of capital development? What is it you need to grow fast? 30 seconds, go.
So our value proposition is we're providing, again, a service that makes our customers' lives more convenient. It's 100% convenience. We're not cannibalizing any sales from currently existing companies, maintenance companies. Again, we're projected in one city alone to make $700,000. As we roll out more cities, that number will grow substantially. By year 5, we expect to be, or year 3, we expect to be profitable, and we believe we only need about $100,000 to begin this business.
Exactly 30 seconds. Connor, same question. 30 seconds. Go.
So our value proposition is really clear. We make parking easier and more efficient for drivers and for parking managers. Now, our technology and how we've gotten this far is with $20,000 total of funding in the last 2 years. And that's allowed us to develop all the different technology that I've already talked about. What we need now is to develop this to a point where we can deploy it. We already cover over 1,000 parking spaces at this moment, and that's compared to our nearest competitor, who's Parkify, who's raised over $10 million, and they don't even cover, according to their website, 1,000 spaces yet.
30 seconds. Well done. And that concludes our formal rounds. Give them both a round of applause. Yes, sportsmanship. Yes. All right, judges, one question each. You'll each have 30 seconds to answer each question. Bernard?
So maintenance runner, you're Air Force, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in terms of logistics, how do you get to the client's car? Do you parachute in, or do you take another car, or?
That's a great question, sir. So as far as logistics are concerned, this is a very logistically intensive company. Lots of ops research involved. We have employees that drive cars around the city. And then when they receive a notification of an appointment, they simply drive to the owner's home or wherever they're located, pick up their vehicle, get their vehicle to the service shop, and back to them within an estimated time. We give the customer a time that we plan to get their car back.
Great. Michael, your question, because I assume Lotspot doesn't want to answer that question. Michael, your question.
Do I get one question for each team, or?
You can ask one question to one of them, or you can ask one question to both. It's up to you.
Oh, that puts pressure on.
Oh, so can we talk at any time? Both of us? Oh.
No.
No.
You can swing at any time.
You can rap.
All right.
This is a civilized battle.
So for Lotspot,
Yeah.
is this the best funding model? You're going to get Terry Bolt to give you 80 grand? Isn't there an advertising play here? Isn't there something through an app that can relieve me of having to purchase this? Because do I really care? I own the parking lot, I own the buildings. You got to come anyway.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, the person who cares the most about this is the driver, the student. We've done customer interviews with students, over 300 of them. We've gotten them to sign a piece of paper saying, hey, if the university proposed it, I'd be willing to spend $10 per semester in order to have access to this. That would equate to $160,000 per year. We need about half of that in order to actually deploy. So that there really is a real value proposition there. In addition to that, we can use a deals tab in order to share deals from the local community. That could be another revenue source. And we've already gotten calls by people asking us if we'd be willing to license
Wonder
our
what they were
data.
asking you. That was your 30 seconds.
License our data.
Chris. Oh, yeah, no. We got 10 teams to get through and then a final round. Chris.
Hey, so for both of you, I heard revenue figures from Lotspot at 1.5 million by year 5 and 700,000 from Maintenance Runner by year 5. So you're both logistics companies, and logistics companies have a lot of complicated structure in them. What's your profit margin? Are you profitable? Revenue doesn't drive profit.
Am I first?
30 seconds.
All right, appreciate the question, sir. Currently, we're projected to be 37% profit margins, gross profit margins, and that's based off a $35 service fee that we charge our customers. We expect to profit $13 on that customer, and our customer acquisition cost is around, for the same customer, is about $10 to $12. But then to answer your question more, all the other fees and all the other things that we project it to cost us will eat up the rest of that $35, including marketing and then the ops research and
30 seconds. Connor.
For me?
Yes.
Okay.
Go.
So our old numbers would say that we have a 47% profit margin. This is because we're not actually a logistics company. We are an IoT company. This little thing right here is a $50 piece of hardware. We've gone from a $700 piece of hardware to this. That's more than an order of magnitude decrease in cost. This thing is what does all the magic for us. And so because of that, with a 47%, and actually that's old numbers, so likely higher than 40% profit margin, and the value that we can potentially charge to future customers is much higher than what we'll be charging here at UCCS. We're offering this low price so that we can get our foot in the door and then expand to future universities.
Ding, ding, ding. And now, the moment of reckoning. First, let's give these two teams a big round of applause, all right? Guinea pigs. Levi's going first over here on every single question. I'm sure you were expecting that you would be the first on everything when you got here.
I did not.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Lot spot. Levi. Red team. Okay, okay, okay. Blue team.
Let's go, blue.
All right, by audience vote, red team wins. Judges, would you like to challenge that? Red team is the winner. One more round of applause for Maintenance Runner. One more round of applause for Lot Spot. You in the finals. Take care. All right, guys, how you feeling? All right, I'm all right with that. That's an okay response. It's not a great response, but it's okay. You understand how the flow of this thing? It's pretty quick. Not your normal pitch competition. Let's bring up our second set of competitors. In the blue corner, representing Tejon Technologies, Mr. Sam Elliott. All right, I don't have to be the singer anymore. Great. Faster. Hey, you can't be doing that. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Hey, Paul. Nice to meet you. And in the red corner, I said you guys are blue, right?
I don't know.
You're blue.
Vote for us, though.
Okay, blue. In the red corner, representing Nanometa, Jewel Ann Hartman, and Jeremy Nelson. You're absolutely welcome. All right, everyone, shake hands. Hands are shaken. Shaken once, twice, 3 times. I don't know.
Right? I was hoping we gotta like hold on to those gloves. Walk up here with them.
You throw verbal punches.
Ooh, I like it.
2 minutes. Red team's gonna go first this round. 2-minute overview of your company. Ready? Go.
Thank you very much. My name is Julianne, and I'm speaking here on behalf of our company, Nanometa. So first, I'd like to talk to all of you about what is a $500 billion market, the consumer electronics market. Certainly a market that's constantly growing. And why should we care about consumer electronics and what can be done to improve it? Well, power storage is a key element of consumer electronics. Power storage is most commonly known as the battery, and yet the battery is still running on rather archaic technology that consists of toxic chemicals and has the risk of many other hazards. So here at Nanometa, we build batteries that don't go boom, and we bring equations and molecules into a better life. So nanotechnology is really the physics of things that are small, and we can use this to our advantage to do things that are very large. So in doing all of this here, we have a very lean operation. We have a great team with real-world experience. We have industry experts. One of our team members has 35 years in the consumer electronics industry and 25 years at Texas Instruments, and he just joined our team. We also have someone with 20 years of engineering experience in the field, our partner here with Merlink. Myself, I have 8 years laboratory experience, and I also have a successful startup of 13 years in which I took $400 and turned it into a $60,000 profit in a couple of years. Jeremy Nelson here has experience in the business innovation program here, innovations, patents, and grants. And Simon Alexander Marinelli is a former U.S. Army intelligence analyst and has DoD experience as well. So our team has done it in the real world, we've done it in the lab, and we can actually bring things to market. We are the bridge between scientific research and the consumer market technology. So thank you very much, and we look forward to presenting Battery Cap, our solution to the battery problem, which is a supercapacitor battery. Batteries that don't go boom, have power, instant power supply, instant discharge, and this is a very good product we can't wait to share with all of you. We also have meetings with Texas Instruments as well and Apple, and we've been speaking with them on the phone all week, so thank you.
Boom, 159. All right, those are some punches that are thrown. Wow. All right, this competition's getting a little heated here, and you haven't even spoken yet, Sam.
I'm ready.
2 minutes. You ready? Are you sure?
Ready.
You look ready.
Bring it.
Ready? Go.
Every world-changing company needs a great database. Even every one of our competitors on this stage tonight will need a scalable database built to track, analyze, and make data-driven business decisions. Most custom software projects are database-driven. The problem is 50 to 85% of custom software projects fail, costing US companies alone $150 billion annually. One example is the FBI. They spent $200 million on a new database to help them track bad guys, and it was a complete catastrophe. Students, in some point in your career, regardless of your job, you will be a part of a custom software project. It'll be one of the most stressful events in your career and likely will result in failure. Tejon Tech solves this problem. Our software enables non-programmers to build enterprise-grade databases in days instead of months. Developing the average custom database application for a mid-sized company takes a team of software developers 6 to 12 months at an average cost of $500 million. $500,000. Tejon Tech enables business analysts to enter what they want to track and how it is connected. Then our software automatically creates back-end database and the user application for them. Programmers are virtually cut out of the equation. We use a SaaS model to further reduce customer costs and risks while improving our monthly recurring revenue. Not only do we disrupt the software industry, but we love working with startups. So for other startups here tonight, consider this an offer to help get you going because we want all of us to win.
Boom. 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 That was only a minute 41. You guys lost 19 seconds of valuable time.
I'll take that time right now. The total overall time and the dollar costs are reduced by 70% with our product, and the risk and failure are practically eliminated.
You got 1.5 more seconds. Do you want that too? Do you want to use my notes as well?
Boom.
We both use you want
It's finals week. It's tough. It's tough. Lots of projects.
All right, guys. Now we're on to the 30-second rounds. Round 1, as you remember, is team. Why will your team make the startup succeed? What have your team members achieved in the past to make us confident that it's going to happen? 30 seconds. Red team, go.
The strength of our team can be summed up in 3 words: real-world experience. We have team members that have 35 years in the industry, 25 years at TI, 20 years in engineering, myself in the lab, 13 years startup experience. We have met with Apple. We have met with Texas Instruments over phone meetings. We have results in the lab. We have prototypes in development. We have patents that we'll be filing within a month, and we'll license our technology effectively through the contacts that we have. We've done it in the real world. We've done it in the lab, and we can make it a success and bring it to your company. Thank you.
Man, you had 29.41. How do you do that? That's awesome. Yeah, seriously. Blue team. Why is your team the team that's going to make the startup succeed? What have you done in the past to make us confident in you? Ready? Go.
If you were in the database world, you know exactly what this is. The #1 bestseller SQL Server Bible, authored by Paul Nielsen. He is a 12-time Microsoft MVP, which is a really big deal, and he is the mastermind behind our revolutionary software. My name is Sam. I'm an innovation student and student body president here at UCCS. I've successfully launched 2 companies heading up their business development. We have an amazing program in Mumbai and 5 part-time employees ready to come on board full-time.
28.94.
Boom.
Nah, I give you a boo.
Ooh.
I mean, or an Which would you prefer? I'm going to give you an All right, guys, round 2. Ding, ding, ding. Achievements. What are your achievements to date? Do you have paying customers, prototypes, letters of intent, awards, subsidies? Where are you? Ready? Go.
We have raised $75,000 in non-equity, non-debt capital. We also have 2 working labs that are debt-free as well, in addition to some working agreements with companies to test our battery equipment at their locations as well. We have interest from Apple and Texas Instruments and are meeting further with them to discuss licensing our technology. Prototypes are in development, and patents will be filed within a week.
You still had 9 seconds.
We have a very lean operation, so our expenses are minimal, and we're also doing other sources of funding
And now
as
they're
well.
over. That's it. Okay. Good follow through. Good follow through. Same question, Sam. What are your achievements to date? Do you have paying customers, prototypes, letters of intent, awards, subsidies? Where are you? Go.
Unlike our competitors, our product is built. We have completed all user experience, design, technology, R&D, coding, performance optimization, QA testing, infrastructure, security measures, and trademarks. Our beta testers are using Tejon Tech to define what needs to be tracked while automatically building the database and user interface at a quarter of the cost. We already have $50K in revenue from our beta testers and are preparing for our launch.
Woo! 29.25. All right. Come on, guys. Like, I'm carrying the team up here. This is an awesome competition. Round 3. Business model and your market. Red team, how are you going to make revenue? What's your market potential? Who are your competitors? How do you differentiate? 30 seconds. Go.
We have wonderful IP, and in all honesty, that's really important in a $400 billion market. So what are we going to do? We're going to license it. We're going to take care of everything that is required, and it's all in the contract. We go to these people. We go to Apple, who's interested. We go to these places, and we work with them. Low margins, low royalties. Guess what? They'll bite because we have batteries that don't explode.
All right. Round 3, Mr. Elliott. Business model and market.
Yeah.
What's your business model? How are you going to make revenue? What's the market potential? Who are your competitors? How do you differentiate? Ready? Go.
The total addressable market for custom software projects is $250 billion in the US alone. We're starting in Colorado, and we're going to partner with a few established IT consulting firms that know their domain and know their customers. With us, these firms can deliver custom software significantly faster than our competition at less cost with higher quality. There's a saying in the IT world, good, fast, or cheap. Pick any two. Our customers get all three.
Woo!
I consider myself fast and cheap, personally, but
Are you good?
that's kind of, I left that one off on purpose. Don't tell my mom. Last formal round of financials and your value proposition. What's your value proposition? Where are you in terms of capital, talent, or expertise? What is it you need to grow fast right now? 30 seconds, red team, go.
Our value proposition is that we will be the only supercapacitor battery on the market with the potential to replace and make the traditional battery obsolete. All of our materials have already been tested in the lab, so we do have all full scale, everything implemented, everything tested. So now we're simply going to these companies, we're going to bring our product battery cap and run it side by side with their product so that they can see for themselves firsthand that their battery has less power and that our battery is the choice that they should use. In terms of what we need, we really need contacts.
Bummer, we're never gonna find out what you need.
Contacts.
You're so good. So good until now. It's way more fun when I get to interrupt you. Thank you, Jewel. Blue team, financials, value proposition. What's your financial situation? What's your value proposition? Where are you? What do you need to grow fast? Ready? Go.
Tejon Technologies is a registered Colorado C Corp. Financially, we bootstrapped $125,000 to get the company where it is today. Our budgets and performance are done, the financials work, and we will cover all of our costs with only 100 companies using our product. We're open to strategic investment, but only from the right corporate partner. We're disrupting a $250 billion industry, and we are in the ring to win.
I mean, I like that, but like, it says Bible on it. Seems
What
a
does
little-
that make him if he wrote it?
I see what you did there. I stand corrected. Judges, one question each. Chris, let's start with you.
So I'm hearing from both of you that we have foolproof technology, batteries that don't explode, software that cannot be, that it's idiot-proof, right? So what happens when it fails? How do you respond? When the idiot explodes the battery or can't make the software work?
30 seconds, blue team, you'll answer first. Go. Yep.
Our software logs every change. We have software in there that tracks what's happening, that helps you find data anomalies. When you're configuring it, we have a system that finds warnings if you haven't configured it properly or fully. So the methodology is there to help them figure out how to configure it, and the software is there to help you configure it correctly.
All right, red team, 30 seconds. Go.
The components of our battery are non-combustible. Graphene does not explode, sapphire does not explode, neither does our proprietary material. So I think we're pretty safe from the explosion standpoint, but at the same time, Nanometa is a continuing research and development firm, so we're always researching new materials and always building new nanomaterials and always furthering our products. So as we have our contracting agreements, we will continually improve on our technology, improving battery cap, trying to test for all sources of flaws, and hopefully finding solutions before it actually happens in the
All
marketplace.
right, well done. Michael,
Yes.
your turn to ask a question.
Yeah, my question is all about protecting your markets. Supercapacitors have been around for a long time, and there are issues about energy density, and lots of big companies have been working in this space. You need to differentiate yourself somehow. And likewise, I mean, I've heard of databases before. In fact, Amazon is ready to stand by and design my database for me. I just need to...
And ready to buy us.
Oh, okay. So if you could address just that issue of your niche in the market, the differentiator, and how you're different than what's already available.
Blue team, you'll start. 30 seconds, go.
Sure. Within the database world, I've taught hundreds of data architects how to design database. It's large, it's a complex thing to do. We're designed to let business analysts, non-programmers say, this is what we track, here's the rules, here's the statuses, here's the connections, and it builds everything for you completely. So we really are very, very different than the database tools that are out there, the entity relationship modelers, all of those kinds of things.
And one of the biggest pieces is that ours is scalable and enterprise grade.
Great.
gotta
Isn't
say-
that great? Awesome. Enterprise grade. That's just wonderful. Nanometa, 30 seconds, go.
We believe that we are solving the problem from a different perspective because we're going from a bottom-up instead of top-down approach. So we're actually going from an atomic and molecular scale using nanotechnology. And materials at the nano level exhibit different properties than their bulk counterparts. We also believe that looking at the problem from a diverse perspective can sometimes bring new ideas and innovation that traditional industry ignores, or people traditionally approach a problem from a certain way. And we're not certain why we're novel, but we are novel, and we have, components that work.
Great. Those
So
components sound
that's good.
awesome. Bernard, do you have a question?
Yes. So in terms of patents, how many have you filed, and how many other patents are you licensing?
Blue team, you're first in this Q&A. Is this a question also for blue team? Both teams. Okay. 30 seconds, blue team.
Sure. In the software world, you really can't patent anymore because some companies like Microsoft build very, very broad patents and sort of ruined it for everybody. So we protect it with trade secrets, which we document. We've done everything with our lawyer to protect that properly, and our code stays within our servers. So we're designing all of our software as far as IP so that we are ready to be acquired, and we're protecting our IP as very best we can.
White label partners.
White label partners could even use it. Last thing I want to say is, you said idiot
Great.
proof.
We'll never find out what that
We
last
are-
thing is. Forever lost to us. Oh, the shame and the sadness. Jewel, you ready? 30 seconds, same question.
One of our team members already has a patent in the consumer electronics industry. Jeremy has patenting experience. We'll be filing probably 4 patents involving this technology because we'll patent the prototype. We're also patenting the nanomaterials themselves. We should be filing our provisionals the week after finals, so in basically 10 days. And we will have all of our intellectual property secured prior to actual sit-down meetings and licensing agreements.
And going to Singapore.
Yes.
All right. What a round. All right. Let's give these guys a round of applause. I should mention that these matchups were determined by draw of the hat. So we just got lucky that we just got to witness such a high-quality battle here. Now the moment of truth. Red team. Come on, guys. Oh, this is going to be hard. Blue team. Woo! Judges, this one's a tiebreaker. This one's all on you.
Can we see the audience one more time?
Red team, put them up.
Lift them up!
You guys need to work on your friends because you definitely lost some votes. Blue team. Woo! Yeah, it still is. Blue team is it.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. That was great. Although some of you guys don't have much allegiance. I can see it from up here. Red team, blue team, you're switching the whole time. I don't know what that's about. Let me switch all of the things in my hands. And now for our third match. Representing in the red corner, lend me your gear, Glenn Carlson. Welcome, Glenn. Good luck, best of luck. And in the blue corner, weighing in at I have no idea how many pounds, Shop Immigration, Liron Rosenfeld. Best of luck, guys. This is going to be quite the round, I can tell. 2 single men up here. Well, not marriage related. Yeah, that wasn't what I meant. Your teammates have abandoned you.
I was going to ask what he was doing tonight afterwards.
If you have a team, they're not.
Yeah.
Cool.
Came from San Diego.
Good job, Jake. Like, way to go making friends with everyone. All right.
I thought they were a couple.
All right. First round, 2-minute overview. Blue team, you're up first.
Okay, so my name is Liron Rosenfeld. I'm from Israel. 14 months ago, I was selected to pitch in a Silicon Valley contest for a video tech company that I was part of. After the pitch, the IP was purchased, and I realized I want to stay in the US and live. So I started finding out how I'm going to do that. I went to a lawyer, he said, you can't stay here. I went to a second lawyer, he said, you know what, you can get a J1, you can stay here for 18 months, you can come back later. So I went and I paid another consultation fee, and I got another immigration advice, which said I can get a visa, which I'll need to renew, and then later I can get a green card, later I can stay here. Eventually, a friend told me about this attorney from Florida. I was in LA at the time, and the attorney said, oh, you know what, you can get a green card because you have a past of a few achievements. You can do pretty well here. You can get a green card directly. So I never met that attorney. It comes out that he told me, Liron, you can get a green card. You're going to get it in 6 months. It's going to cost you $15,000. So how can I pay that? That's a lot of money. What happens if I don't get it? He said, you know what? I'll give you your money back. If you fall down, we fall together. And eventually I hired him. He was a really bad attorney. I ended up doing the case by myself with another attorney who actually lives in Thailand. And I got the green card. I realized that the pain that I was experiencing, that was serious pain, a lot of people are experiencing it. Actually, millions of people are experiencing it every year. And if only there would be such a platform that would protect their customers. So I decided to start Shop Immigration, which is a platform that helps immigrants and especially foreign talent to come to America, hire safely immigration attorneys. We are the only platform that gives a full money-back guarantee for immigration services. No visa, no money. And on top of that, we build a technology that helps.
Never going to find what's out on top of that.
Yes.
Goes by fast. Uh-oh, my stopwatch. Oh, there it goes. I can operate these one-button things. Red team, same question, 2-minute overview. Go.
Cool. I'm Glenn Carlson. Thank you, everybody, for being here this evening. Are you looking for a better way to use all the stuff laying around your house? Well, what if you could just rent things from your neighbors? Introducing Lend Me Your Gear, a safe, secure online rental marketplace allowing people to come together to rent things to and from each other. On our site, you'll find things like tools, household items, trailers, RVs, electronics, medical equipment. The list goes on and on and on and on. And people have added things outside of my initial thoughts on the project. And so we've already kind of moved beyond that as well. Lend Me Your Gear was actually started completely out of necessity when the airlines broke my golf clubs a couple years ago. And I went to go look for a good hard case to protect my babies. But those things are about $300, and chances are I was going to stash it in the basement and it was going to collect dust. And so really it's a terrible investment. And so Lend Me Your Gear was initially an online specialty luggage company. And so I launched it, and people started signing up and adding things well outside of luggage. And so the term gear kind of took on a whole new meaning, And here we are in May of 2017, and we've got all this different equipment listed. And so, really, the concept is very simple. Everybody has stuff. Everybody needs stuff. Let's put the two together. We really like to think of ourselves as a marketplace, and like an Amazon, but for rentals. So we're Lend Me Your Gear, and I'm looking forward to telling you a little bit more about us coming up.
All right. How's that for an introduction? It's going to be a great fight. Great fight. Round one. The team questions. What about your team is going to make this startup a success, Leroy? What have your team members achieved in the past to make us believe that they will make it happen? 30 seconds. Ready, go.
Well, our team is very passionate. We're all immigrants who came to America. We were all facing the trouble of what's going to happen in our future here. I sold 3 businesses, and we have an immigration attorney from Russia, a CTO from Poland, a CMO from Israel, and a CEO from Israel. We're all very passionate about solving problems of immigrants that are coming to America. Thank you.
Great. I'm glad to see you fired that first attorney. Sounds like he didn't deserve the bill. Red team, same question. 30 seconds. Ready, go.
Yep, Lend Me Your Gear was initially started by my wife and I. I spent 10 years at Colorado's largest company, Aero Electronics, managing several $100 million in revenue for them. In addition, my wife and I are small business owners here in town. We've got about 15 employees here that we've got a nice business that we've grown over the years. And we're really excited to add a full-time software developer in Cynthia Schomp, and she has developed many apps and has extensive software experience. So we're ready to.
So that's great for her. And we're on to the achievements round. Round number 2. This round outlines your achievements to date. Blue team, do you have paying customers, prototypes, letters of intent, awards, subsidies? Where are you? 30 seconds.
Yes, so product market fit within 5 months of activity, MVP self-funded. We've had almost $300,000 in sales. That's it.
You still have 18 seconds.
Okay, so I won the Mayor's Award for in Tel Aviv for this project, and that's it.
All right.
300K.
Great. Red team, same question. Your achievements. Where are you? Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
So realistically, the beta version, the live version of our site, went live in October of 2016. So all in all, we've only been up and running about 6 months. In that short time, we've expanded into 11 states with about 150 different lenders in 3 countries. And the person in Australia signed up, and I have no idea how she even found us. We are generating revenue and looking to accelerate that.
I wish I had customers that I didn't know where they came from. That sure would be nice. Our next round, the business model and your market. What is your business model? How are you going to make revenue? What's the market potential? Who are your competitors, and how do you differentiate? Blue team, we'll start with you. 30 seconds.
Okay, so our customers pay a fixed fee to start using our platform and get into the immigration process faster, cheaper, right away. Immigration is a $6 billion industry. There is another $8.5 billion for investment immigration. We deal with both. We already had customers from Google, Harvard Business School, and well, that's it.
All right, you're doing efficient with time. You still got 5 seconds, but now they're gone. I talked through them. Red team, you're up. 30 seconds, ready, go.
So Lend Me Your Gear, as I mentioned, is a marketplace. And when we bring people that have stuff and people that need stuff together, we take a commission out of each and every transaction. As I mentioned, we are generating revenue. The potential market we see is really about 170 million people in the Americas alone. However, our targeting has already indicated that people have signed up well outside of that. So I like to think of the 87 million homeowners, the 12 million or so college students that
And
don't
that's
have
your
space
30
to store.
seconds. Goes by real fast, doesn't it? Take some practice. All right, our last formal round, financials and your value proposition. What's your financial situation? What's your value proposition? What is needed to make you grow fast? Blue team, we'll give you a start.
Okay, we've invested, bootstrapped, we invested 65K from our own money. We're raising 500K. We already secured 200. We're looking for another 300. Who's in? Talk to me later.
15 seconds left if you want them.
Less is more.
All right, I can get behind that there. Red team, Financials and value proposition. 30 seconds. Do you want me to repeat the question? Yeah, could you? Sure. What's your financial situation? What's your value proposition? What is needed to make you grow fast?
So we are completely bootstrapped. All in, as of this point, we've spent about $35,000 getting our product up and running, and as I mentioned, it is generating revenue. However, we're really at an inflection point in two fields. Number one, we need to raise capital to go tell the world our story, and two, we need to augment our expertise on the team, particularly in the software area.
All right. Liron, Glenn, well done. This concludes our formal battle.
Good. He's good.
I can see the blood dripping down all of your faces. Don't get any on that nice pink shirt like that. That looks like it'll stain. Judges, Michael, would you like to ask the first question?
Sure. There are so many. How can I craft this for both? How do I get my stuff back that I am... I mean, Chris is going to walk off with my golf clubs. What if I don't see him ever again? Who's responsible for that? And likewise, who's responsible I don't get my...
Visa, green card.
Visa, green card. I get my money back, but what role do you play in making sure actually that I do for controlling the lawyers you're working with?
Michael, that was decidedly two questions.
Was it? I
Yes.
tried to meld that into one.
Just forgetting the period and the question mark, like removing the punctuation, that totally doesn't count. Aren't you a college professor?
So I just want to know. So when the lawyer borrows the golf clubs,
We'll let it slide this time. Red team, we'll start with red team in the Q&A.
Yeah, it's a great question. We've got a couple of layers in place to answer the protection question is what it comes down to. And it is the most common question we get. So a good ratings and review system is usually your first layer of protection. And as we saw with eBay, they did a very good job of implementing that. And now you know exactly who you're buying from at any given time. Second of all, we have a security deposit system where if something were to happen, you know, maybe your golf clubs got damaged or God forbid they didn't come back, you get reimbursed according to your security deposit. Third, lastly,
Nope, we're never going to find out what the third thing is. No, 30 seconds. It's fine. I can only count to 2 as well, so don't worry about it. I thought you completed the list. You got as high as anyone can go. Blue team,
If you
30
go to
seconds.
the south of France tomorrow and your Airbnb would be fully booked, Airbnb would refund your money. We do the same. So we are the one who refund the money in case there is a denial. So far, 100% success. So that's the answer to your question. We have very strict terms and conditions that the attorneys have to give. We work with the 1% of attorneys who take responsibility and give a full money back guarantee. If they don't want to be in the platform in the first place, they just don't go in. And there's very strict rules. They have to give free consultation, a full money back guarantee.
And
if
that's
it's
nice.
their
Those sound
fault.
like nice lawyers. You found those in the world?
The 1%.
No offense to any
the
lawyers in the
1%.
audience. Don't sue me,
where'd you
please.
get those?
300 registered, only 8 working beautifully so far.
All right. Chris, do you have a question? One question.
So give us just a little bit more in terms of what your profitability, your margins are.
30 seconds. Red team, start with you.
Yeah, so we, as mentioned, we take a commission out of each transaction. So on lower end items, you know, household items, the profit margins are typically single digits, 8, 9, 10%. However, when you get up to heavy equipment and trailers and RVs, it can escalate really quickly, upwards of 60, 65%. And so they kind of run the gamut from there. Our operating costs are pretty low since we're bootstrapped. And so, you know, anything from here on out is quickly attributes to profit.
Great place to end at 29.12 seconds. Blue team.
The average deal on our site is at $5,000. We make about 15%, so we make $750 per transaction. We also make another $250 if the customers fill out the digital questionnaires on our site, which gets us to about $1,000 per transaction.
Great. Bernard, one question.
So although we like companies to focus, the question is, have you thought of other services that would make sense to add to your businesses?
30 seconds. Red team, we'll start with you.
Ball hog. Yeah, absolutely. So the rental piece is one side of it. The other thing that I quickly discovered when I dug into the rental market is that most everything is done by generic submission forms, right? And so you submit a form, it goes into a black hole, and maybe a few days later you can get an answer from somebody. Our platform can actually be built as an API to work inside of a current rental business's operations. And so they can actually run on our platform without the customer knowing any difference. And I do intend
That's
to implement that.
impressive. No difference in between them. Blue team?
We'd like to add financing, so because there are many people who can't afford getting into the process. There are talented people. America wants them here. There's all these companies that would love to finance them, especially if lawyers vet them and give them a full money-back guarantee.
Awesome. Liron, Glenn, a battle well fought. That's better. Who cheered there? All right, Colin, right there, most valuable audience member.
Let's go, Reds.
All right, get your
I
voting.
see some empty glow sticks. Grab those.
Get your voting.
If you don't have one, I know a website. You can list
sticks.
one. You can lend it to other people.
All right, all right. Pitches are over. Pitches are over. Blue team, put them up. That's a quiet bunch out there. With like 3 loud people. Those must be like your friend. Is your wife here?
Nobody's here. I'm all alone.
Sorry. All right. Red team, put them up.
Let's go. Come on. Yeah.
Red team was louder. Kind of feel like there were more glow sticks for blue team. Judges? Do I need to do a 30-second time limit on you guys too? Blue team
Thank you.
proceeds to the finals. Lend me your gear, great showing. All right, guys, how you feeling? Do we need to do like an energizer? 3 out of 4. All right, everybody stand up. All right, we don't have time for that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much you charging for one of those?
I don't know.
They both work really well.
Gonna have to use his immigration service to get it back.
All right.
And Jake, I will let you know, we're having a tough time. We haven't had a unanimous decision yet.
All right, remaining competitors, do you hear that? You got to bring it. I'll find some tissues to mop up your sweat and tears. In the red corner, representing Hyperloop Holding Company, Mr. Steve Morocco. Oh, and Colin. Hi, and Colin. Ooh, I like this walking music. That's nice. In the blue corner, representing Brainits, Clint Knox.
Ladies don't play guitar.
Clint, who is this?
Ladies don't get down to the sound of it. Maybe we can play pretend.
Didn't realize we were bringing props here.
Just to be what you
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm so
That's
sorry
fair.
I didn't carry you on stage, Colin. My bad.
Have we shaken hands appropriately? This is a fair fight. Come on, where is sportsmanship? No, chivalry's dead, but what about sportsmanship? Okay, all right. And the beginning of the battle. 2-minute overviews. Blue team, we'll start with you. Wait for it. Technological delays here. Ready? Go.
My name is Clint Knox, and I'm the CEO and founder of Brainits, and we take educational videos and turn them into interactive lessons. How many of you, show of hands, you could hold up blue, have ever taken an online course, lecture, anything like that in the past? How many of you have ever found yourself bored out of your mind during one of those? Actually, a few more hands actually just went up. Well, I'm also a school teacher, and I will admit I've assigned some of my students some lectures to watch at home that they found a bit boring. And this idea is what's called flipped or blended learning. The concept is that you would have, say, a physics teacher, and she would record her lecture and assign the lecture to be watched at home online and have them do their homework in the classroom where there's a teacher able to help them out with this. And this evolution in education is occurring now because for the first time we have students, even some of our poorest students, have access to technology like never before, even in third world countries. Well, the problem is that we've forgotten something in education, and that is that lecturing is not learning. Education has always been about the interactive back and forth process of learning. And that's where Brainits makes this evolution into an educational revolution. We allow teachers to take recorded lessons, their own YouTube videos, TED Talks, whatever, and easily embed questions, true, false, multiple choice throughout those videos. So that way when the student watches it, it pauses, the question comes up. If they get the question right, they move on. If they get it wrong, it kicks them back 2 minutes or so to rewatch and get the question right. This way, as a teacher, I know that by my students completing the video, they had to show a level of comprehension and understanding. Now, I know what many of you may be thinking. Will teachers actually do this? Put their lessons up online? It turns out they already are in massive numbers. And not only because it's better for kids, but because it saves them time and makes their lives easier. We're just offering a better tool to do that. Now, education is a crowded space, but it is a space ripe for innovation and world-changing implications. And we stand out from that space by being a product designed for teachers by teachers, the only one that allows teachers to take
That's a
their
bummer.
own
We're never going to find out what
lessons
you're
and
the
embed
only
those with
one
their own
of.
questions.
All right, the end of your 2 minutes. I do think you said something really valuable there. You confirmed a suspicion, which is you said, I know what you're thinking, proving teachers always know what you're thinking. Red team, 2 minutes.
Hey, you guys, how you doing? Hanging in there? Does it feel kind of like you've been sitting in traffic for a little while? So my name's Steve Morocco. I'm here representing the Hyperloop Holding Company, and I just want to know how you guys would feel if you never had to sit in traffic ever again. Yeah? Does that sound cool? All right. Good. So that's the main idea. In addition to never sitting in traffic again, though, we're going to get you where you're going in under 20 minutes, even if it's New York. So the whole concept of the Hyperloop is that it's a 4,000 mile per hour train. The idea's been around for a while, and a lot of people are trying to build it. But the trouble is that it's super hard to fund because infrastructure is expensive. And so what we're doing is we're taking a precedent from the way the interstate system was built. It was inspired by a thing called the Lincoln Highway, and we're building the Lincoln Highway for the Hyperloop. And the Lincoln Highway was built by Ford and other motor companies in the early 1900s paying to build the highway itself. And it was the first highway. It set a precedent. It explained why highways are valuable for the US in a time when it took 30 days to drive from New York to LA. Then suddenly people could, in 30 hours, get from New York to LA. People got it. So we're going to do that for Hyperloop. People are going to get why it's so valuable. And we're going to enable private industry to do this by sort of changing how these Hyperloop companies are trying to raise money. That's what we're up to.
You got 40 more seconds if you want them.
Wouldn't your trip to Boston this weekend have been awesome? If you got to do it in 20 minutes? Not so bad, right?
Still have 30 seconds if you want them. All right, this is going to be quite the battle.
Yeah.
This is like the fourth one of these. Come on. All right. Just mop this up here. You guys good for this? Yep, we got it. Okay, all right. There we go. All right, everybody's ready. Remember, this is a pitch competition, not a product competition. Or an actual boxing match. Blue team, this is the team round. What about your team is going to make this startup a success? What have your team members achieved in the past to make us believe that you're the ones to make this happen? 30 seconds, ready, go.
Wes Pierce is our front-end developer. He's a junior here at UCCS in the computer science department. Our front-end developer is Rick Keller. He been developing literally for 45 years, was actually over at MIT when they were having conversations about what the internet should look like, retired from Colorado College as the director of academic computing, started and exited 2 technology companies. Before being a teacher, I was executive with the YMCA, exited my previous business, national board certified teacher. We have the educational understanding of our industry like no other technology team.
Like
and the
no
educational
other.
chops.
30 seconds goes very, very fast. Red team, 30 seconds.
So I could tell you about how my team has already had meetings on Capitol Hill with the Senate, the House, and Departments of Transportation. That doesn't all really matter. We know the people who are working on problems like this are qualified. What matters is finding a team that is a joy to work with, that's passionate about the problem that they're solving, and that really wants to do it for the good of humanity, in addition to making money along the way, and make the entire region better along the way. We're excited to work with a Colorado company to get it done. It's going to be awesome.
29.34, you got it just right. This is a participatory event, for the record. Round 2, your achievements, blue team. What are your achievements to date? Do you have paying customers, prototypes, letters of intent, awards, subsidies? Where are you? 30 seconds.
Our first achievement came early on when we took second place at the Denver EdTech Startup Weekend when we were just simply a concept. I would argue our largest achievement came when we put an MVP in front of students, teachers, and administrators, and they all loved it. Our educational achievement came when we did blind testing in a real-life classroom setting and found that Brainitz students that use that achieve 5% greater achievement on test rather than traditional lecture. Our last achievement was last week here on this stage at the Lions Den pitch competition when we took first place.
First place, mic drop. Red team. Same question. Do you need me to repeat it? This is a college. You're supposed to be like, we're on a university. You're supposed to be remembering things, but for you.
For the people.
For you. This is the achievements round. What are your achievements to date? Do you have paying customers, prototypes, letters of intent, awards, subsidies, Facebook followers? Where are you? 30 seconds.
You guys will be happy to hear that we have close to 100 Facebook followers. No, I'm just kidding. So I already mentioned we've had meetings on Capitol Hill. That's super cool. We're really excited about that. I think what's most impressive is that the companies we're looking at funding, again, we're putting together money to fund multiple Hyperloop companies because they can't raise money on their own. It's like if Ford tried to build the interstate system. It's not going to happen. But these companies so far, they're already building full-scale test tracks. It's incredible what they've already done, and they're going to be done in the next 90 days. So good
Boom.
stuff is
90
happening.
days and 30 seconds. Water under the bridge. Round 3. Ding, ding, ding. You guys need a stretch break? We good? Feeling limber? All right, Clint, look at that. Hey, can we get a round of applause for this ring student made here in UCCF, here at UCCS? For the record, this is actually an official requirement by the international rules of this competition that it must be conducted in a ring. Round 3.
I just want this to end with a body slam.
My money's on Clint.
Hey, you're supposed to be impartial, man.
Round 3, business model in your market. Clint, what's your business model? How are you going to make money? What's the market potential? Who are your competitors? How do you differentiate? 30 seconds, ready, go.
So our model is a subscription model, and it's three-pronged. We market directly to individual teachers, schools, and then districts. We already have over 50 teachers lined up ready to start using us, and we will be in use by the Colorado Education Association on May 15th. That's the teachers union, by the way, on one of their online teacher education courses as a pilot for a larger contract for next year. Our advertising, both short tail and long tail, is being A/B tested here locally and will be extended to bordering states in 2018.
Boom. 30 seconds is over. Hyperloop, same question, ready, go.
All right, so we're lowering the cost of transport and shipping by 10x. We're increasing the speed of it by 10x. That has incredible benefits for everyone involved in moving things around the planet. Did I mention that transportation is 10% of GDP? So it's kind of a huge deal. In addition to that, you know what? Actually, there's nothing in addition to that. I think that's important. We'll just drop the mic there.
And the mic has been dropped, and that brings us to our final round of official competition. The financials and your value proposition. What's your financial situation? What is your value proposition? What do you need to grow fast, Clint? 30 seconds.
We need a trip overseas, but our financial projection, our value proposition is that we increase student achievement and save teachers time. We are launching a Kickstarter campaign next week. We are seeking seed funding to aggressively market in the education space. We're expecting to grow 2 to 4x each year leading up to 2021, where we expect 6.2 million in revenue. That's important because the average education technology company like ours is valued at 4.8 times revenue, which puts us exactly
We
in the
don't know
middle.
where it puts you because your time is up. Steve? No, you get to answer, and then we'll proceed to body slams. Same question, 30 seconds. Ready, go.
So obviously, market potential is huge, growth is huge. What's really important, though, is that when you're investing in billions of infrastructure, you don't just have one company doing the research and development. So we're putting together some of the best researchers, some of the best computer modelers, and we're raising money to put together that research office right now. We're too early stage in. This has only been a thing for a couple weeks to know exactly what that looks like, but we'll be ready to do it in a month or two, and we're super stoked about it.
All right. And that concludes this match. Judges, one question each. Bernard, let's start with you.
All right. This might be hard or easy for you, but describe your company in one sentence.
Red team.
Oh.
'Red team. Red team starts in the Q&A.
'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. 'Red team starts in the Q&A. '
not timing this because one sentence is, unless you're asking Michael, one sentence is just a couple words. Ready, go.
It's the internet, but for physical things.
Great. Clint?
We help teachers turn educational videos into interactive lessons.
Michael, you see what these guys did?
Yes,
One
I
sentence.
saw that. I saw that.
It's great. They should teach at college.
Yeah, they should.
Your turn for a question.
Where do I begin?
With one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, good. Thank you. Thank you. Audience participation.
Well,
Chris,
this one is for our Hyperloop team. It sounds interesting, and Hyperloop sounds sexy. How are you going to get these companies to buy in, and what's so special about your fundraising ability that's going to get them all working together?
30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Ready, go.
The wild thing about Hyperloop companies right now is that they disagree on the basic physics. Some have different vacuums, some have different speeds. We're going to do the due diligence on the back end to understand what the optimal solutions are there, and then we're giving them money. So, of course, they're going to buy into that.
Great. Chris?
So, you have money?
It's two questions.
That's what we're raising. That is the pitch.
Chris, one question.
So this one's for Brainitz. So we hear about how overworked teachers are and the demands that are placed on them just in the classroom and outside the classroom. You're now asking them to do something else in addition to what they're already doing. How do you overcome that challenge, even with the best technology?
1 in 8 students is chronically absent in education in America, and that comes from the Department of Education. In high school, that's 1 in 5. This eliminates the need for reteaching the student coming in over your lunch after school, and that's really what it amounts to. Is you're absolutely right. If it is harder for teachers, it will not work. And we've seen with interviews with teachers over and over again, the juice is worth the squeeze is what it keeps coming back to, is that I can record these lessons, embed these, and I get to know if my students learned it or not, and they can watch these over and over again at their pace, at their leisure, where they want, when they want, and I don't have to give the same lecture 5 times each day.
But at that speed, you could. You had plenty of time. All right, audience, let's give these guys one more round of applause. That was a great showing. Great showing. This is my favorite part. Shake them up. Everything. Yeah, all right, this is fun. Blue team, put them up. It's a pretty strong showing. Red team, put them up. By audience vote, blue team wins. Judges, would you like to challenge that? Blue team, Brainitz, into the finals. All right, guys, this brings us to our last regular round. Then we're going to do the finals. The finals are going to go really quick, I promise. And then we pick someone to win an all-expenses-paid trip to Singapore to pitch in front of an international audience of some of the most prominent tech investors and startup investors in the entire world. Our final 2 companies are, in the red corner, Playmaker IQ, John Whitcomb. Here we go. All right, yeah, cheers. We need more music in this thing. This is great. Welcome, John. Welcome, John. Let's give him some applause. And, well, you can be blue. I said red, but that's okay. No, you can be blue. It's all right. No, I'll change it. No. Okay. Do you want your water? Do you want your water? And, oh, sorry, wine, much more important. Yes, you're doing this right. In the blue corner, weighing in at, 93 kilos. I don't know how much that is. Who does kilos? Representing Bad Doggy, Aaron Belote. That's how a champion gets into the ring. All right, gents. I don't know if you've seen this before. The format. Do I need to? We fifth time around. I think. Yeah, actually. All right. Thank you. I needed that. 2 minutes. Red team. We'll start with you. General overview in. Sorry. Ready and go.
The world needs for personal learning to be advanced. The world's changing at an incredible rate, and people, particularly in the workforce today, can no longer rely on getting some training when they come on the job and a little touch-up every now and then with robotics and 3D printing and artificial intelligence all converging on business processes. People in the workforce need to be trained continually, and they can't take a break from work to go watch a webinar or to go off to a 3-day class. They need to be trained when they need to be trained, where they need to be trained, and they need to be able to share it with their teams who they're working with. Playmaker IQ has created a platform where personal learning can be delivered in the form of playbooks, which are step-by-step guides that are rich with multimedia, that the users can adjust to their context, that they can share and collaborate, review, rate, and rank. There's artificial intelligence to understand people's unique learning styles and help make those playbooks and their experience better. And we've been working with 5 Fortune 500 corporations since our inception to figure out what the design of this needs to be, how these companies will deploy it, what their pain points are in terms of content initially. And we've got a great team to do it. We're far along. I'll tell you more about that as we go. Thank you.
Perfect. You still had 2 seconds left.
Well, thanks again.
Aaron, 2-minute overview. Ready? Go.
Hi, my name is Aaron. I am the co-founder and co-CEO of my company, Bad Doggy. Bad Doggy is a technology and media company. Today we'll be bringing our newest product, Get It. Get It is a mobile application that brings you your benefits. Let me explain that a little bit. I love fast food. I eat it all the time, but I also have a gym membership. At that gym, I do get benefits, but when I go to the restaurant, I never know that I have my benefits. I go and I eat and I leave. I check back and I see I could have saved 20% on my meal. So what do? Nothing until Get It. Get It actually tells you that you have the benefit when you go to the restaurant. So now, instead of going to the restaurant and not knowing, you choose your restaurant based off of your benefit. So I save money, and now I definitely know where I should be eating. Get It is a beautiful mobile app that really gets you your benefits.
You still have a minute if you want it.
No, thank you.
Get it. All right, gents, you feeling stretched out, ready to do this? 4 rounds. We know the rules. Round 1. Blue team, we're going to start with you. First round, the team. Who's your team? Why will they make the startup a success? What have your team members done before that give us confidence in you? 30 seconds. Ready, go.
It's very simple. I love my team. I love my team because they're my family. Not only do we have far-reaching, starting here from Colorado Springs, but we now also have reach as far as the U.S. Virgin Islands. We have team members that not only are majoring in applied math and engineering, but we also have a multitude of developers and people coming to work with us. Our team is very diverse, and it's very ready for change. It's very, very ready for our market. It's very, very ready for people to come and help us and really help people get their opportunity.
Indeed. 30 seconds exactly. Red team, same question. Who's your team? Why should we be confident in you? What have you done? 30 seconds. Ready, go.
Well, we spent 6 months selecting our team before we even got going with the design. And we picked a team with proven successes in building companies and growing them. Many of our team members have been part of startups with up to 16x return on investment for the early stage investors. Akash Singh created all the algorithms for IBM Watson. Have you heard of that? Michael White put together the deal with Steve Jobs and
Never going to find out what the rest of the deal
iPhone.
is. That was your 30 seconds. Goes by quick.
Yeah.
Goes by real fast. Round 2, your achievements. What are some of your achievements to date? Do you have paying customers, prototypes, letters of intent, awards, subsidies? Aaron, we'll start with you. 30 seconds.
We are in the design and development stage of our company. While we have achieved really finding out what the market is, really reaching out to the people and starting to develop this app, we're not really at the stage where we actually are have the app developed. We actually are in the place where we have the framework, and now we are really ready to get this moving along.
Keep it moving. Red team, on to you. Same question, 30 seconds.
We've engaged with these 5 Fortune 500 companies to help us design this product and find out where their pain spots are. We've developed, we're in our 3rd generation of prototype. Our UI is fully done. We have 2 outsourcing teams with firm bids to do the back end. We expect to be rolling out to our beta site customers within 3 months from now.
3 months from now. 3rd round, your business model and your market. What's your business model? How are you going to make revenue? What's the market potential? Who are your competitors and how are you different? Aaron, we'll start with you.
It's actually very simple. We would charge the main company, or in my case, my gym, a $5,000 for the year. Sitting at $5,000 for, let's just say, 5 companies, 5 gyms, we stand to make around $600,000 for that 1 year. And with that, we really all get all money back. We develop all of our own stuff in-house, so everything is profit for us.
All right, John, 30
Well,
seconds.
Thank
Same
you.
question.
Thank you. We have a white labeled cloud service and related support services for our large clients. Our clients are a minimum of 7,000 employees, and one of them gets up near 200,000. We are charging them based on the employees, and it's basically $20 to $42 per employee, depending on the size of the company. And
That sounds like reasonable pricing, and now it's time for round 4.
Thanks.
Financials and value proposition. What's your financial situation? What's your value proposition? What do you need to grow fast? Blue team, we'll start with you.
Right now, we actually just need seed money to start developing. We have the foundations. We have everything needed to really push this out to market. We know the market really well right now. We've talked to many gyms. We talked to even many businesses. So we are ready to push out our product, and we are ready to do it. We really need only a small amount to get our apps developed.
All right. John, same
Great.
question.
Well, we want to get to an exit or some spin-offs or an IPO within 4 years. And in preparation for that, we've gone out with a seed round of $1.75 million. We've secured commitment to $1.6 million of that, so there's a little bit of opportunity left in this. This will carry us to profitability within 1 year.
That's impressive. Profitability within 1 year. All right, let's give it a round of applause to these teams. That's the end of our formal battle. Chris, would you like to ask the first question?
Sure. So for both of you, you're trying to put a new app on people's devices. You're trying to get workforce to change, how they're approaching educating folks in the business world. It's something new that you're trying to introduce. How do you get people to buy in?
John, 30 seconds.
Well, you have to solve a big problem for them. And today, in the large corporation where they have approximately 50% baby boomers and 50% millennials, there is no one-size-fits-all method of getting all these people onboarded and working with the quickly changing processes. So to solve their problem, they have to change. Now, we're not an app per se. Every playbook.
You're not
on
an
our
app per se,
platform-
and I don't know what you are. Aaron, 30 more seconds for you.
We do everything off of the adage, see a need, fill a need. So when we're developing our products, and this app in particular, we're developing it for the people. So it's not like we're just making it and saying download it on their phone. They want this app. They want these things that we're doing. They want to have it. So it's really just giving them the product, letting them know it's out there, and letting it flow and take its natural course.
Great. Michael?
If you were forced to give a product demo today, what could you show us?
John, let's start with you.
Yeah, I'll take that. We normally do this through WebEx with a team of people supporting it. We like to get your understanding of a particular problem to solve. We put the content into a playbook and we show it to you. Then try and get some intrigue and get your imagination going, and it works. And so that's why we've got some gigantic companies working with us to get this launched.
Fantastic. Aaron, 30 seconds.
We do actually have a framework. It's an interactive framework, so I actually have it, so I can show you afterwards. And it's just a couple slides and really just showing you how we like our app to flow, showing you the different features and really how it would work. So we're not necessarily having the app in hand yet, but we do have a pretty solid ground for it where we are ready to start developing.
Fantastic. Bernard.
So both of you, what is the toughest feedback you have received from either focus groups or people that you explain your product or service about?
Red team will start.
That's really easy. For months and months we heard, well, do you have a customer? And do you have a product? And this kind of iterative process of developing the customer and the product is really difficult to do. So that's the tough part.
Great. Aaron?
And for us right now, it is just being wider, having more access, having more products, more companies involved. So a lot of people will see our app, what we have right now, and say, oh, I don't have X gym membership. I don't belong to X company, so why would I use it? And so it's really going to be what we're struggling with is explaining it past what we can show at this very moment. And that's the biggest throwback.
That's exactly 30 seconds. All right, audience. I didn't even see half of you look at me at that point. This is really rough. Not helping. Get your voting hands stretched out. Blue team, put them up. All right. Red team, put them up. That is, in fact, an audience tie. Judges, no pressure.
Why don't we merge?
And the winner is Red team. All right, now we have 5 teams in our final round. I was going to tell everyone to go get a beer, but they seem to have cleared it away. Very sorry. In the interest of getting everyone out here on time, we're going to do this very quickly. It's a very straightforward process. In our finals, we have LotSpot, Tejon Technologies, Shop Immigration, Brainits, and Playmaker IQ. We're going to have representatives from all 5 teams standing in the ring. This is a freestyle round. It's only one round. You have 2 minutes. You must talk for 2 minutes about your company. Something we haven't already heard. Sell us on your company in a way that we don't know. If you don't keep talking for 2 minutes, I'm going to keep making fun of you until you do. Which is rough. I'm running out of jokes. Then, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And then we'll have, depending on how long it takes us to get through there, we will have between 5 and 10 minutes of judge and audience questions total. And then the judges will select the winner. May I have our competitors please come to the stage?
Congrats.
Congratulations to you.
All right, it's like a zoo in there. All right, free for all, freestyle. Handshakes have gone all around. Okay, we're gonna go in reverse order, meaning, John, you're representing Playmaker, and you can either stand in the ring or you can stand in front of the ring. The ring is now a prop.
I
As
think
if
I
it
need
wasn't
to
already.
lean on it. Coffee in San Antonio this morning was very early.
I'm going to start the stopwatch and stand here with you so you can see your 2 minutes, because then I don't have to make as much fun of you. Which is easier on me. I'm lazy. Ready? 2 minutes. About your company. Sell us on something we don't know. Go.
Yeah, I want to tell you how it works. So take anything that somebody needs to know. How would you codify that in a common rubric? Well, basically, you take that thing and you break it down to a number of steps. And then within each step, you talk about what are the objectives and goals. And we'll show you some to pick from, or you can write in your own. Who are the people and the roles? You know, the stakeholders in the process. Who's involved? What are the metrics of success? How do you know you've achieved this step? And what's the timeline? How long should it take? Are there networks and Internet of things involved in it? Signals, things, sensors? How about spaces and places? Is this something you do where you need a map or a building plan or, to know where the industrial plant is? It's those things that form the rubric. And the reason it works is not because of the cloud, and it's not because of smartphones. It's because of the human state. We now have the capability to manage these templates, and we know it when we see it. Now, I've got just this wonderful team who is doing this. They're all successful already. But they're doing it because they want to be significant. They want to create a societal benefit as well as making more money. That's a good way to measure our success. And so this team of people I've got that's got IP specialists and social media specialists and content management multimedia specialists and people out of the mobility industry, people out of the device telemetry, say the medical field industry.
And that's your 2 minutes. Well done on the freestyle. Next is Brainits, Mr. Clint Knox.
Oh, Clint. Go Clint. Go Clint.
For the record, this round is being judged on the ability to fill 2 minutes with valuable information. And you may be wondering why I'm such a stickler about time. These are the international rules of this competition. If you want to go to Singapore, you have to talk for 2 minutes and only 2 minutes. There you go, yeah. He knows what we're thinking already, so. All right, 2 minutes. Ready, go.
First off, I'd like to finish a last piece is when we're valued at 4.8 times revenue at $6.2 million of revenue in 2021, that puts us exactly in the middle of where education corporations are acquiring companies like ours. So we're primed for an educational exit. I would also like to appeal to the idea that there are companies that are farther along than us. There are companies with larger revenue. And I think I'd like to appeal to the idea of who is primed for Singapore and to get the most out of that. One of the things that most people don't know is that education in third world countries, if you ask a teacher that's come back, they will tell you that they were amazed at the amount of technology available to students and teachers. But what they were missing was a way to use that technology. If we go to Singapore, we have the opportunity to be able to bring this concept on a global scale and truly have a world-changing opportunity that can literally start right here in Colorado Springs. The other thing, too, is the idea of use in the class and what it does for teachers. I actually use Brainits primarily in my classroom. Instead of giving my lectures, they book the lab, they pull up their Chromebooks or whatever, and the students use Brainits. And what I'll do then is, while they're using that, I grade my papers. I talk to my failing students while they're there, so it absolutely makes my life easier because I'm not grading my papers afterwards. There's some times that I just kind of surf Yahoo too, but it gives the teachers an opportunity to do a little bit more or a lot more with their time. The other piece, too, is the idea that this is not only good for teachers, but the concept is true, is that it has to be not only good for kids, but it has to be better for teachers. You're absolutely right that teachers are overworked, and the idea that we're pushing through blended learning and all these innovations in education without a budget. Our product is a subscription model between $7 and $3 a month for schools.
And that's your 2 minutes. Give them a big round of applause. Brainits. Next. Shop immigration. 2 minutes. It's all on the line. Plane tickets to Singapore to pitch in front of international investors. 2 minutes. Ready, go.
Okay, so if you think about a software engineer from India, if you think about a talented Harvard grad from Portugal, everybody needs to go through a successful immigration procedure. Immigration is the most confusing time in people's lives. When they want to come here, there are 50,000 immigration attorneys in the US, and most of them should not serve customers. It's time to have a software, a platform that can streamline the process easily, that could take out the cost by 5x, that could speed up the process from instead of next year, today. There are 8.4 million people that file forms, immigration forms every year, and 30% of them, they drop. So why should they spend their money on attorneys that don't care about them? Instead, what we did is we said, we're gonna care about every single customer. And that's why we work with the 1% of immigration attorneys. We realized 1% can't scale, but digital immigration will, and only use attorney when really needed. And that way we can cut down the cost. In Shop Immigration, you can be in India, you can be in Israel, you can be in Germany, and you can hire an immigration attorney or start the procedure today instead of waiting for a few months until you get vetted. You know that you're gonna either get a safe process or you're gonna get your money back. So that gives you the safety in hiring an attorney or getting into a process online, because we protect you, we really care about you, and that's our value proposition for our customers. Thank you.
So I get to make fun of you for 17 seconds. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not
That's
you,
enough.
because you already finished your pitch. That was really bad. Thank you for laughing. I really appreciate that. Oh, my God. Yeah, late to the party doesn't count. Okay. Yeah, sucking up to the MC also doesn't help you. Those guys you got to suck up to. All right. Next to last presenter, Mr. Sam Elliott, representing Tejon Technologies. I'm gonna come stand over here because no, you use your own, but my arm is tired.
All right.
2 minutes.
Okay,
It's all on the line.
sides.
I'm gonna point it at you. Ready? Go.
Building a high-performance, enterprise-grade database application using traditional databases is complex, expensive, stressful, and risky. We were able to solve this problem because we put in the hard work, so all our customers have to do is tell our product what they want tracked. It is truly an innovative and disruptive technology. In fact, anyone here who can draw what they want tracked on a whiteboard using circles for the people, places, and things, and then connect them with lines, can design a database using Tejon Tech that can scale to be a Fortune 500 company. With a name like Tejon Tech, we're obviously based in Colorado Springs, and it's more than just a name to us. We host our servers at Data 102 on Tejon. We work at Epicentral Coworking on Tejon. We eat at Poor Richard's on Tejon. And we even take thinking walks around Acacia Park on Tejon. Our founders are active in the local startup community. I am one of the original MCs of New Tech Pitch Night and organizer of Startup Weekend, where one of our competitors here on the stage first began. Paul is the chair of Startup Week and mentors many startups on their databases, once again, including one of our competitors on the stage. We are a charter startup with the Colorado Springs Give One Foundation, which means when we are acquired, 1% will go back into the Springs ecosystem on Tejon. Whether we win or not, we want to leave you with this. Every idea is made better when you collaborate without ego. It's our mantra and our culture. So that's Tejon Tech. We have the team, the technology, and the market. We've solved an expensive, complex problem with a simple, visually elegant solution, and we're gaining traction fast. Thank you.
You also have 7 more seconds.
Don't need it.
They're over. All right. Last presentation of the finals.
I bring my.
Sam, I know
Hello?
Chris also can't count to 3, but there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, All right, you guys nervous?
Always.
You're the last one. It's harder than it looks. It's a tough crowd. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're
they
boring.
really like it.
Terry in the back.
Terry's got it. All right.
Terry's cheering.
2 minutes. Fill us with knowledge, value, and entertainment. Ready, go.
Well, the first thing to get here is that this is a really, really big problem that has now a solution that is measurable and that solves the problem to a perfect degree. We have been having conversations with students about this for a significant amount of time. And what we've heard back from them is that they care about parking more than anything else. But in addition to that, what matters and what should matter to you as investors is how can we make money off of this? And how can we scale it really quickly into a super large market? The way that we're going to do that is through value-add resellers. Value-add resellers are partners that you get in the industry that already have relationships with potential customers. We're starting here at universities where we're going to get our first contract, hopefully, with UCCS, so that we can prove that the technology works and that makes a really big difference, right? We want to measure that difference so that we can go to somebody and say, hey, you're going to get a 3% increase in efficiency. But beyond that, what really matters is after the university is leveraging the relationships that we have here, the user base that we have here, in order to expand into the nearby market. We get to go to nearby parking garages, we get to go to municipalities, and we get to say, already we have 40,000, we have 20,000. In the case of UCCS, we have 13,000 students who are using this application. How would you like to have them be aware of your parking garage? Parking garages, I just had it explained to me as the drug trade of real estate. You buy it, it just sits there, and it makes passive income for you. It's very hard to get into. We are one of the few ways that you're actually going to get the same passive revenue off of these pre-existing technologies, off of these pre-existing spaces. The challenge for us going forward is not in terms of the technology that's working. It's in terms of deployment. So we have relationships as well with companies that can help us to install. And finally, that 1.5 million that we told you we can have by year 5, that's without a single red cent of investor dollars.
Wow, that was exactly 2 minutes. One more big round of applause for our finalists, for all of our competitors, for Epic, for the Quad, for Ria, who put this whole thing on.
Can I drop the
Yeah, let's give Ria a real round of applause, because this was not a simple event to coordinate in 3 weeks. All right, judges, we have, let me see what time it is. 7:30 exactly, so let's do questions for 7 minutes, and then you will have another 8 minutes to determine. Questions can be asked to anyone. Responses are limited to 30 seconds.
All right, I have a question, and then do we get to see the audience vote for each one before we...
Not according to my rules that I was
Oh, really?
given by a
Okay.
computer.
Well, I have a question for Shop Immigration. If you go down to Singapore with this idea, do you think an international audience will be receptive to the idea of U.S. immigration help?
Do you want a microphone first? I won't start your 30 seconds. No, I'm starting your 30 seconds.
The answer is yes, and I stand by it. Everybody wants to come to America. This is still the land of dreams. This is still the best place to make it. And everybody wants to know how to do it, but everybody is afraid. America is losing billions of dollars because foreign talent doesn't always get here because it's hard to come here. If they just had a platform that they could use and feel secure to get into the process, I think everybody would win.
Okay, thank you.
Good answer, 29 seconds. Next question. This is a free-for-all.
So this one's for Brainits. So you were, when you were just speaking, you started talking about kind of operating on a global scale and being in third world countries where there's lots of technology. Are you approaching things in too big a way, right? You don't fail necessarily because you're too small, but if you go too big too quickly, you run the risk of failing.
Absolutely, and it gives us the opportunity to plant the seeds. Right now, we are focusing strictly on the state of Colorado. Education specifically in Colorado is very locally controlled. So what one district's going to require for student data and transparency is going to be different for another district. We are focusing exclusively on the state of Colorado this year. There's the Student Data and Transparency Act that is specific to Colorado. We're one of the more stricter ones in the nation with that. As we get that one secured and know that we cover all the bases
And that's your
there.
30 seconds. Next question.
Okay, Tejon Tech. How far ahead of your closest competitor are you?
As far as the build your database without having to do code, we have a few competitors who primarily let you pick different templated, predefined solutions and plug them in. As far as really define anything you want in an object relational graph enterprise, we don't have any direct competitors.
And almost every single person that someone has asked if they're a competitor, it's not scalable to the level that ours is, which is a huge competitive advantage.
Most programmers
And
will
say your 30
say
seconds.
They love us.
Sorry for being such a stickler about this. These are the international rules here. It's like NATO, breathing down my neck on this.
And with that, getting back to the international
Questions.
bent, what about LotSpot? Parking around the world, is it the same thing as here? Do you know? How are you going to appeal to that international audience?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of connections one of the primary examples is of Dubai. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai is the tallest building in the world. They also own the largest mall in the world. They called us up, and we actually had a conversation with them, and they asked if they could install this in their country. And basically, we had to say, we're sorry, we can't fulfill on this contract yet because we don't have the technology. That could have been a multi-million-dollar contract, and I'm not going to say that it's completely ruled out yet. And it's true in Europe as well.
And
they have
that's your
parking
30
problems.
seconds. Next question.
So for Playmaker IQ,
Yes, sir.
so you talked about that you've raised a substantial amount of money, more than $1 million. Is that coming from individual investors, one investor, from your team? I mean, tell us a little bit more about where that money is coming from, and is that showing a broad-based support?
Well, that money is coming from a new venture group, which is a Christian family fund that recognized our social benefit and I think the ethics of our team in doing this.
Great, thank you.
All right, next question. We have time for one more question.
I'll jump on it. So, LotSpot. I'm hearing parking garage, parking garage, parking garage. I'm not hearing surface parking, and there's a lot of surface parking. So tell me how that works.
We install a parking pole next to the entrance, we put a solar panel on it, and we point the camera at the entrance and exit.
If you've been in the parking lots at UCCS, there's actually a very similar system, but it's used to track bikes using RFIDs. The system is extremely similar to us. It's a 12-foot pole, solar panel, and our camera is pointed on the entrance.
Chapman University already has a similar system using an app. The students love it. They just want it to be in more parking spaces. The way that they do it is with a up and down, one of those motion bars, and that slows down traffic. It's over $100,000 to install.
All right, one more big round of applause for our competitors. Judges, it is 7:37. We will reconvene at 7:45 or before with the final answer. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Wait, I forgot who won. Hold on. No, I'm just messing with you guys.
Wait, that makes for a good picture. Can you get in there with them?
Yeah. This is like the Bachelorette, basically, of who's gonna win.
Who gets the final rose?
Yeah, we don't have any roses. Yeah. Or what about red and blue?
So can you say like who the two it came down to, and then you put their arms in the middle, and then raise one up?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yes, you can.
Go ask them. Who did it come down to?
The two that it came down to, I know. Shop Immigration and Tejon Technologies. Yeah, I have too many things in my hands. Sam, you're doing my job for me. I'm trying to make this all suspenseful, and you're just making it happen. Are you on Facebook Live right now? Hey, Mom. What's up? And the winner is, winner of round trip airfare to Singapore, $1,500 to cover expenses, and an opportunity to pitch in front of the world's most exciting investors is Tejon Technologies. Thank you again for being here. Thank you again to Epic. Thank you to the Quad. Have a great night.